How's it going, everyone? Mike here with Merch by Amazon, May 7th sales update. This is going to be the weekend review, so we're going to look at Friday the 7th specifically, and then we'll look at the last week ever since they implemented the new changes and everything. I wanna kind of keep track of the activity with the sales and the account. The feeling that's in the air, at least the way that I feel like things are slower, but when I look at the numbers, and I was actually just looking at the numbers before I started recording this, the numbers tell a different story. So let's dive into this and we'll have a quick discussion. So as you can see here right now, I'm recording this halfway through the day on the 8th, so the day's just getting started. That's why I'm not taking that into consideration, but looking at Friday the 7th, 10 sales total, and that's across all the marketplaces. There's been pretty much no activity in all the other marketplaces until actually today on the 8th. I got 2 sales in Japan, and so far I have 5 sales in total for the day. But like I said, for the last couple of days, no sales in any of the other marketplaces. For the whole month, I only have 2 in Germany, and that's about it. So I know there's been a lot of activity, like I said, with merch making the changes and all that kind of stuff. So to me, it's not surprising that certain things are completely different. There definitely is a different feel in the air. That being said, the average for the last 7 days, as you can see here, is around 55, which is a slight increase from where I was hovering throughout April, which was around 50. Let's look at the total sales for the month. So as you can see here, I'm just about to crack $1,000 in sales for the total royalties of $182.69. This is again the U.S. market, so that's not so bad. And I was actually looking at all the other marketplaces right now. As you can see, 58 sales in total. And I did a quick comparison actually looking at last month and the first 7 days. And look at this number, right? So this is exactly kind of where I was last month. I really was expecting the sales to drop, and that's kind of what I'm saying. Like that's the feeling in the air, at least for me, because there's no crazy activity. There's not much action. Like for example, my new products have not moved in the last week. I've uploaded 1,751 products, like over the 20,000, right, in the last week or so. And the sales are definitely not coming in, like the new products are not selling. So basically the activity is there. I have some of the top sellers and they're selling, but not much new action. So I'm wondering, for example, if that's going to come in waves and what's going to happen with that. And to me, that's still the exciting part, because I honestly believe that there's going to be a moment in time where there's going to be some kind of an explosion when it comes to merch, because you can't accumulate, for example, 10,000 products or 20,000 products and not see an increase in sales. Like to me, at least the way that I view it, that wouldn't make sense. Now, I completely understand, for example, that the products that everybody's listing, not just me, everybody's listing, are probably not some of the top selling products. Like for example, the percentage of tote bags and throw pillows is never going to be near what you're going to get when it comes to standard or premium t-shirts or even pop sockets or phone cases. But the fact that you're going to have 50,000 of those products, if you keep listing live, has to make some kind of a difference, right? If it doesn't, then all the people that are basically saying the market is going to get oversaturated and this is going to mess up things are going to turn out to be correct. I don't believe that yet. I do think that what we're going to see with I keep calling it Merch 2.0. I really feel like this is a completely different system now. So I feel that what we're going to see with Merch 2.0 is that huge change. I think there's going to be a point where we're going to see that jump and the difference in sales and the activity and everything. I do believe that any change in decision that Amazon makes is based on a ton of research, and we don't have the information, for example, that goes into those decisions. But one thing that we can make sure is to know that Amazon is not going to do something that won't make them money, and hopefully that will actually translate into us making money, because if they're making money, we have to make money. But again, me being at tier 20,000 and having the ability to list 1.3 million products compared to somebody who's in tier 100,000, and they can probably list 15, 16 million is a big difference, right? So that's why I don't know where that separation is going to be, but right now I'm actually fairly confident, and just simply thinking about the numbers, right? The potential is out there, and especially now that we're going into all these different markets aggressively. Because if you are listing, and if you're taking an approach, for example, where you are listing a lot more products and pushing them to every single other marketplace, that's just simply a huge exposure. And that's kind of how I feel. That's how I feel and what I'm doing. So anyways, I don't know how you guys feel. The other thing that I wanted to point out, again, Pretty Merch Pro still hasn't updated their dashboard. This is what I'm working with, 108% of my total allowed live products, and this is not correct. Today, actually, they've lowered the max upload number, or the daily limit, from 600 to 400. At least for 20,000. We started out with, I think it was 60, it went up to 600, and now we're back down to 400. So that's why I'm saying, like, there's a lot of activity going on behind the scenes, and I'm not sure how long it's going to take these guys to kind of sort things out for our products to start showing up. The other thing that I actually noticed is yesterday, and I do this rarely, but I went and I was checking out some of my listings for my top sellers. Actually, one of them that has a Amazon's Choice tag, and they were again not showing. It was whenever you would get to the product page, it would show normally, but then if you were to select a size or a color, it would say that the page is broken, so you couldn't actually order those products. So that's why, for example, we're seeing these dips and spikes in sales, because depending on the products that they're working on, that they're hiding, that's where the dip comes in. So for example, for me, if some of my top sellers are not being shown to customers, or they're not able to actually purchase them, then you're going to see this kind of a dip. Curious if you guys have noticed anything like that. Let me know. But for now, week 1 of the month, 53 in the US, 58 across the board. And I know this is last month's, but it's the same for this month. So on track to do what I did last month. But hopefully, like I said, those changes in the numbers will start to kick in, and maybe we're going to see a bit of an increase. But again, my expectation is that this will take probably a few months to sort out, and who knows, maybe even longer. But for now, this is where we are, and it feels good. Merch is going great. I love it. Anyways, thanks guys. See you soon.